Hey everybody, Jeff Davis here, and today I wanted to share with you a very disastrous speaking experience I had 5 years ago in Phoenix, Arizona, speaking to a room full of 100 youth leaders. Very embarrassing, very horrible experience. And the root cause of this disastrous experience is that the meeting planner funneled me wrong and incorrect information. The meeting planner told me on a phone call before this speaking engagement that the majority of the audience members would be between the ages of 16 and 18 years old. And what happened was the audience turned out to be a very, very large majority of 10-year-olds, and there was only a small, minor percentage of people in the audience who were 16 to 18-year-olds. Now, what I'm about to say is very, very important. I do not blame the meeting planner. I do not blame her one bit. I take full and complete responsibility for this, and I made a crucial mistake that I hope benefits you by me sharing. And what happened was, on the day of the speaking engagement in Phoenix, Arizona, late July 2016, I showed up 15 minutes before the speaking event for myself began. 15 minutes. Huge mistake. Had I showed up 2-3 hours early, mingled with the audience, got a feel for the room and for the people, I would have had enough time to switch up the program in my mind and make sure that my speech was more relevant to these majority of 10-year-olds. My speech, in fact, was, as some people told me, a great speech, but very mismatched for the audience. So my speech was geared towards 16 to 18-year-olds, not for 10-year-olds. So I made a huge mistake there. I take full and complete responsibility for it. I should have showed up way earlier than I did so that I had time to feel out the room and the audience members. So the big lesson here is don't trust the meeting planner. Don't trust the information that's funneled to you. Always show up early to the event that you're performing at or presenting at or speaking at or whatever you're doing. Always show up early and give yourself time to scope out the audience, the room, the venue, and if something unexpected occurs, you have time to change it in your mind. Again, I showed up 15 minutes before I was scheduled to begin speaking. I had zero time to change my program. I had no idea that the audience members were mostly 10-year-olds, and in fact there were only 10 to 15% of 16 to 18-year-olds in the audience, and therefore my speech was very, very mismatched for the audience. I got scathing feedback from audience members, from adults in the room. It was very brutal. It was a huge learning experience for me. And I hope that I've added value to you by reminding you to always show up early at any venue that you're performing or presenting at. I want to leave you on a very positive note. After this disastrous, embarrassing speaking engagement in Phoenix, Arizona, I almost gave up on speaking. I almost gave up on my dream. And about a year after that, I was speaking professionally to a room of 100 CEOs. And it ended up being one of the best speeches of my entire life. I got amazing testimonials from CEOs in the room. I had a number of CEOs coming up to me after I gave this keynote presentation, and that in fact led to additional wonderful opportunities. So I almost gave up on my dream after this scathing feedback from these people in Phoenix, Arizona, but I bounced back. So I hope that you remember that even when you fall down and you make mistakes and you come up short, you can always bounce back. You can always come back even stronger. Appreciate you tuning in. Feel free to comment below on how you can use this lesson moving forward or any experience you've had in the past that's similar. And I will see you, my friend, at the mountaintop.